Hi everybody, this is Consuelo from Consuelo, Viola's daughter, and welcome in. Um, this is a podcast about crocheting. Uh, Everything's about crocheting in this podcast. Once in a while a little story creeps in, but majority of the time I talk mostly about crocheting and my love of crocheting. And I'd like to welcome back my subscribers and welcome to all my new subscribers. This is going to be a quick video. I have a finished object. I made it about 3 days ago, and it was called Flower Valley Shawl. I don't know why I keep mixing the name up, but I do. Would you guys do me a favor when you come in? Would you give me a thumbs up? Let me know how you feel about my content, and I appreciate it very much. So when you come in, thumbs up. And it's down right below the picture. And if you would hit on that, you could comment, share. That would be appreciated. And if you're not subscribed, why don't you subscribe if you want to know a little bit more of what I'm doing over here in my little corner of chaos. I'm located in New Jersey, and it's a typical fall day, kind of gray, not too cold. I think it's in the 50s, the low 50s, and I'm inside, and guess what I'm doing? Crocheting. So let me show you. This was the, I think I could show it to you on this. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Oh, that's a little too big. Let me bring it down a little. Sorry about that. This is the shawl I'm trying to make. It's called the Flower Valley Shawl. I hope I didn't transfer the name again. I have a habit of doing that for some reason. And it's on Ravelry. Yeah, it's Flower Valley. And the English version is by SisHomade. It's actually, the designer's name is, let me see if I can find her name. Her name is, oh boy, it's not here. I know it's, wow. Can't find it right now. I just saw it. It's not Sheepies. They don't have it on here? I'll be darned. They should. It's actually, I believe she's like Eastern European. And the reason why I followed SisHomade is because it's in English. But that's not the name of the lady. I would love to give credit to the lady. Let me see if I can just go back one, see if I can find her name. That's a shame. It should be, her name should be there. Again, I don't see it. Isn't that weird? Maybe I only saved the English version. Why don't these things ever act right? Well, you know what I'll do? I'll put her name down in the subscription because I'm not coming up with her name. And this is the shawl. It was J-Hook, Reggie at J-Hook had done a, let me see if I can get a picture of it without burning it out. That's pretty much it. Is that any better? Why does it come out so bright? I don't know. But it's a very lacy, ornate shawl. I can't seem to get the picture in here. I'll be darned. So I decided I wanted to make it. I don't know if you can see that here. Not any better, is it? Well, I don't have a printed version of it. So she decided to do a challenge. It's not even a challenge. It's a tutorial. And it's supposed to be like over a period of 10 weeks. Her name is Reggie from J-Hook. She's on YouTube. That's the name of her YouTube handle. It's J-Hook. And she's on like every Sunday with Yarniversity. She gives you all kinds of instructions about yarn and fiber and all the little tools and instruments we use, and she's very informative. And she said that she wanted to do this tutorial where we go over a period of 10 weeks and we do, you know, each row of the shawl. Well, I started about 3 days ago and I can't put it down. So I ended up finishing mine. But true to form, I started adding things and making little adaptations to it. And this is what happened to it. This is what it turned out to be. So this is the, let me start it from here. Let me see if I can get it even in the screen. Here I go again. Guys, I'll have to forgive me. This is using mandala. I haven't blocked it yet. When I block it, it's going to be even more open. You know, all these patterns will be open. But right now, this is it. I just finished it, and I said, let me go, and I'm going to turn it. Both sides are, doesn't matter what side you put it on. I'm sure there's a right side and the back side, but they both look pretty nice. The color looks really bright on my camera. The color yarn I used was Mandala, and it was called Thunderbird. And I don't know why they called it Thunderbird, because it came out like a rainbow. Maybe they had one named Rainbow already. I swear it looks just like a rainbow. All the colors of the rainbow are in there. And I added this edging on the top, picots. I added a row of half double, single, and then a row of picots, because I didn't like, to me it looks unfinished if you just see the raw piece coming across. And if you're wearing it, it is going to show, you know, the top part of it. So let me hold it up. Maybe if I stand up, you could see it even better. So this is why I added the extra. I'm gonna take off my microphone for a moment because it's in the way. I'll put it in my pocket. Let's see if it still works. And it's a good size. Too big for me to wear. Unless I was a little taller, maybe I could get away with it. But you had two alternatives. It was very strange. I used the chart because I couldn't read. It was translated from, I don't know what language that was. It looks sort of like Turkish or some other language. It was translated from that into English by SisHomade on Ravelry. So I ended up ignoring the copy, not reading the instructions too much, just once in a while referring to it. And I ended up using the chart because the chart didn't change. You know, I could just read the little symbols and that was it. So as you can see, it's too big for me to wear like this. But somebody taller probably could do it. But this is, and I have to block it. And I added like an extra, like I said, I made the adaptation, so it's almost not the same pattern. I added an extra row of these eyelet type things because I like them. And I wanted to see more of them, so instead of just one set or space between it with another pattern, I put two of them close together because I liked it. And I can. The top part I didn't change at all. I followed the pattern up until here. I don't think up until the first row, I didn't make any changes. I just made changes on the end. Mine was coming out too small. I used a 3.75 crochet hook, a clover, and this is actually a 3 gauge yarn. The mandala is 3. The weight is 3. And when I used the 3.75, it came out small. And so I ended up using 2 cakes of the Mandela Thunderbird. I didn't color correct it, I just let it run the way it ran, pulling from the middle. And this is the color combination I got. And gosh, it looks so bright in this camera. It's really, really bright. But I don't know if it's that bright. To me, the color looks a little bit bright. But that's the color it is. So like I said, it's more like a rainbow than anything. So I have to still block it. I'm going to block it a little bit, lightly block it, being that it's 100% acrylic. Like I said, it's Mandela or Mandela, however we say it. And I love the color yarn. I think I had 3 cakes, but I only used 2. So I still have a cake floating around somewhere. I might make a headband to, you know, make it like a set or something to match up, because although it has a lot of colors in it, the colors are really bright. And I don't know if you'll be able to find like headgear or gloves or something. Maybe I might make gloves too. Fingerless gloves. I might make that too. So once I stretch it, not stretch it, but block it, I think it's gonna look really, really nice. Then the weave, you know, the pattern will open up a little more and it'll look even more sheer. So that's, let me put my mic back on. I hope you can hear me. The house is quiet, there's nobody here. It's just me. And so I have no excuse for all the other noises. Don't have anything else done. I just have that one. And I am starting a new one. I think I told you what I was going to start on. We'll see what happens to that one, to the second one I'm doing. I actually, oh, here's the label. Here's the label of the one that I used. It was Mandela, Lion Brand Mandela. And that was the color. Now, does that color look as bright as the thing that I have here? That is a lot duller. It's a lot muter, don't you think? So I was surprised when I finished it how bright it came out. It's a lot brighter, and it is called Thunderbird. How many yards are in here? It's 590 yards per cake. I used 2 cakes. I did go an extra row or 2 bands of print. I did because mine was coming out too short. And I thought, well, geez, for the width that it was and for the beautiful stitches that were included, I didn't want to cut it short. The funny thing about the pattern too, it gave you 2 endings, borders. So you could do 2 different borders. I chose the simple border. The other border was a lot more decorative. It was lacy and maybe about 4 to 5 different stitches, you know, combination of stitches, and it dipped up and dipped down. And I was like, I can't understand this instructions. I'm going to stay with the simple one. It has enough fancy stitches in it. I have all kinds of stitches here. I have unusual stitches here. So I was like, nah, I think I'll just stay simple on the border. And I did use their alternative. They gave you 2 borders. And I did the alternative border, which has, I don't know if you can see it in here. It has little puff stitches in it. It looks like a scallop, but it actually has puff stitches. And that's why when I did, I don't know if you can see that good, but it is puff stitches. And like I said, the color looks really, really bright in my camera. The yellow is like popping. I'm going to make the next shawl completely on the opposite direction. I'm going to go to a dull green. Let me see if I can find the pattern. Oh darn, I don't have the pattern. Oh, hold on a second, let me get it. It's right here. Sorry about that, I'm standing in the camera. So I think I showed you guys this. I'm pretty sure I did. One of my episodes I showed you. Where is it? Where is it? No, it's not here. Oh, it's the other book. Okay. Too much stuff. I'm going to make this one. I showed you this one. It's called Falling Leaves. No, it's called Forest for the Trees. Boy, can I butcher the names of these shawls. You'll never find them. It's called Forest for the Trees Shawl by Lisa Naskrent. And again, it's a written pattern, but we do have a chart. We have a nice chart, and I'm going to be following the chart. Can't see the chart. My light is burning everything out. But that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the chart. To me, the written, it gets confusing. You have to read it out loud, and it just confuses me. So I end up referring to the chart. I read the directions and the wording, and then I go to the chart and, you know, go from there. So I decided I'm going to make this pattern, and this is almost the same color. I'm going to make it out of Big Twist. Oh my goodness, this light is so bright. Let me see if I can bring it down. If I bring it down a little, maybe that'll help. Yeah, okay. Maybe it won't burn everything out. Big Twist value, and it's going to be a 4. But Big Twist 4, it's a 4, but it's a light, it's a medium 4. It's not light, because I've had some that are really light. This is not light, it's medium. And they tell you to use, what size hook am I using? An H, which is 5 millimeters. So I'm going to use the H. That sounds about right. Actually, I would like to probably use an I, because it looks like it's really tight and dense. And maybe the I would give it more definition, the stitches. I'm not sure. I'll try it with the H. I'll start with the H and see how it goes. So the Big Twist says that to do a shawl or a shirt, like a sweater, you need 3 of these. So I figured to do this shawl, I'll use at least 3 to 4. And I have 4, so I'll be okay. Actually, I think I have more than 4. I think I have 2 more down there. Now the thing is, I started this before, and I was using the Impeccable, and it was so like bouncy. The Impeccable is kind of like elastic, so while I was using it, I couldn't see the stitch definition because it was bouncing. It was like snapping back like elastic. So I figured maybe I'll try the Big Twist. Maybe the consistency of the yarn will be better. We'll find out, because if it doesn't work, I'll just pull it out. It didn't look good. So I had gone about 5 or 6 rows already. I had about 5 inches deep, and I didn't like the way the stitches were looking. They were like going back on themselves. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the Big Twist and see what happens to that. So look forward to my next saga. I'm going to do one more shawl, and it shouldn't take me more than 3 days, maybe a week. I would think a week. I'm going to put it down. I usually put it down when I'm working on something, and I'll give myself 3 or 4 hours of, you know, watching TV or talking or in between running errands. So I don't try to crochet consistently, because I think it'll hurt your arm and your hand, and you know, tax your body too much. So I always stop, especially if you're reading a pattern. Yeah, you need to clear your mind. So I'll come back. I'll show you what I've done so far. Maybe I'll show you in between. It'll be a whip. I'll show you in between what's going on. And I might squeeze in, I saw these great washcloths that I haven't seen anybody else work on. It's in one of these magazines, but it has a different kind of pattern. Maybe somebody else did, but I haven't seen it. I'm sure everybody does. Everybody, we cross paths a lot on YouTube. It's a great community. We share. We do things together. We give advice to each other. So it's really a good community, and I'm enjoying myself on the YouTube streets here, and I hope you enjoy seeing my quick little videos. So I'm going to say goodbye, and please don't forget the thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it does help me to know if my content is something you want to see, or should I do something else or add something else. So let me know, and you know, with your thumbs up I'll be able to tell, and feel free to comment. I read all my comments and I try to answer all of them. So I'm going to say goodbye today, and I'll be back. And see you. Be kind, keep crocheting, and walk in the beauty of the day. Bye-bye.